Ah, the main six. They're all very interesting and deep characters with varying degrees of various character traits. Most of their character traits are pretty clearly spelled out for you. For example, which of them would you say is the most bookish? Well, Twilight, obviously. But with some traits, it's not so clear. For example, which of the main six is the most brave? This is an interesting question that I've been thinking about for a while now. The idea of bravery can mean a lot of different things when applied to different people. For example, what may be considered brave for Rarity, such as standing up to the Diamond Dogs, might not really be considered brave for Rainbow Dash, who probably would have just kicked them all in the face. So to get a better idea of things here, let's go through each of the main six and ask, what are they afraid of, and what things are they not afraid of? Twilight isn't one to be scared of something until she has good reason to be scared. Most of the time, bridal gossip being the most notable example, while everyone else is being scared of something, Twilight generally remains calm and collected and will logically ascertain the situation before drawing any conclusions. She even goes to the point of willing to walk right up to Zecora, who everyone else is deathly afraid of, and talk to her. So Twilight draws most of her bravery from logic. She figures that when you look at something logically, there's nothing to be afraid of. But what happens when something illogical happens? Then we see a whole new Twilight. This new Twilight is incredibly paranoid and afraid of everything that might burst her little bubble of stability. Can't figure out Pinkie's uncanny Pinkie sense? It must be some sort of trick. Can't find a friendship problem? Make a friendship problem. Can't change the future? Just stop the future from happening in the first place. In short, Twilight is cold, logical, and generally has no fear, until something causes her to snap. Then she is just the opposite. When it comes to physical threats, Applejack is nearly fearless. She boldly stops the stampede from destroying the town and even takes on and kills 3 Timberwolves by herself in the Everfree Forest. But Applejack has one key fear: disappointment. She's afraid of disappointing her friends and family. It's this fear that keeps her going in episodes like Applebuck Season and an Apple Family Reunion, and it's this same fear that causes her to just pack her bags and leave in the last roundup. Rainbow Dash is obsessed with self-image. She never backs down from a threat, whether it's a dragon or the spirit of chaos and disharmony. It would look bad on her if she ever did back down. This obsession with self-image is the same thing that's the root for her fears. Rainbow Dash is terrified of public humiliation, as is revealed in Sonic Rainboom. This brings up the question, is Rainbow Dash actually genuinely not afraid of things, or is it really just more of an act? Rarity is afraid of a lot of things, such as dirt, and this is what is interesting about Rarity. In terms of fears, she is sort of the opposite of what you would expect. As I mentioned with the dirt, Rarity is afraid of small things that most people would consider harmless. This is what gives her the sort of drama queen archetype. At the same time, Rarity doesn't seem to have many issues with things that are arguably much more scary, such as a dragon or the aforementioned Diamond Dogs. Pinkie just seems to lack fear, especially when it comes to fear of paranormal things, which I suppose makes sense, Pinkie being a bit of a supernatural being herself. The first song in the whole show was about her not being afraid of no ghosts, and it's Pinkie's "sometimes it's really fun to be scared" philosophy that has been getting me through an Amnesia playthrough on my other channel. Although we have to ask ourselves, is Pinkie not scared by these things, or is she just too oblivious or stupid to recognize these things as scary?
This makes my voice sound silly. Pinkie Pie, are you crazy? Run!
And with Pinkie, I think I might have to go with the latter. Fluttershy is afraid of everything, and I do mean everything. So there you have it. While it might not be clear who is the most brave, I think we can safely say that Fluttershy most certainly is not.
Courage isn't just a matter of not being frightened, you know.
What is it then?
It's being afraid and doing what you have to do anyway. Just as you did.
Actually, Doctor, that's a really good point. That's actually a really good definition of bravery. I like this definition a lot better because it makes bravery much less subjective. Remember how I said that something that Rarity would consider brave might not be considered brave by someone like Rainbow Dash? But the Doctor's definition here means that bravery is a character growing past their own fears and not just the fears of someone else. Thanks for clearing that up, Doctor. I like this definition much more. And now that we look at things like this, we should probably reconsider our choices here. Now that I think about it, who is someone who is afraid? And who finds themselves, when they are afraid, in a situation where they are needed, and who is able to look past their fears and then do what they have to do in the name of others? Well, I think the answer is clear now. I have concluded that, believe it or not, the most brave of the main six is, in fact, none other than Fluttershy. Thanks for watching.